Hello guys, welcome to Bar Chat. Something different today. We've got ourselves al fresco. What do we think here?
Yeah,
If
very
no one's
nice.
been to the lovely lakes, you can see behind us. This is where we live. So we thought we'd do a few of these episodes now, particularly with the good weather and getting ourselves out and about. Unfortunately, we haven't got much. I don't even know where to start with this one, B. I mean, I'm slightly over it. But I mean, when we sat and watched the game. When was it? Was it last Thursday now?
Last Thursday.
I'm trying to forget it. It was just. It was a shit show.
I think it's very English of everyone, but we haven't lost a game yet, so we have to look at the bright side of things.
I know. I think what we're saying, what everyone's really saying is there are some damn obvious problems. We'll get into some public criticism in a bit, and they don't. It's not like I understand you pick your team and then you try and work it out.
Yeah.
But I don't see any progress. I mean, he keeps doing the same thing and expects a different answer.
Yeah, I think I do think he's going to change it tonight.
Yeah, I've heard. Have you heard?
I have not heard. What did you hear?
I read on TalkSport earlier that the sole change they believe he's going to make is take Trent out and put Gallagher on. I mean, I don't see that making any difference.
It's not going to make any
whatsoever.
difference. No, it's not going to make any difference. I think the most obvious thing he needs to do, and I think because it is the third game, if England do go 1-0 up, and I mean, in a way, England are qualified already, then you can only finish first or second. I think that he will give people some game time.
Well, this is the point, right? So if we go, I mean, if we go 1-2, 3-0 up, God, wouldn't that be nice, right?
Yeah, it'll be lovely.
Then we've got to see I mean, we've not seen Palmer yet. We've not seen Gordon yet. We've not seen any of these players that
I'm not.
we
See,
think
I'm
are going to change the games.
I think what I don't understand is why he's been doing the complete opposite of what suits the players. So when he has put a runner on, and Ollie Watkins, he has then subbed Trent off, which makes no sense because
so
Trent,
like for likes.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, no, not like for like, as in to the player's strengths. So Ollie Watkins is a runner; he runs in behind. Trent's strength is to play the balls in behind, but then he puts
Took
Ollie
him
Watkins on and takes Trent off,
I get you.
which doesn't make any sense. It's just all backwards. And so,
How do you feel about that? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people out there. I know you're not one of them, but I'll put it to you. Yeah, a lot of people saying. I mean, there was rumours today that Kane actually isn't fit, that he shouldn't be playing, and that we should be starting with a Watkins over a Kane. I know you don't subscribe to that.
I do not.
But is there this argument that is going to push them further forward if he plays from behind? And therefore going to open up the space in the midfield, which is going to help the players like the Bellinghams and Fodens and so on and so forth.
I'm not so sure about any of that. I think if he has one leg, I mean, I think he still plays. I think he's one of those players that he might be injured, but if he gets inspired for whether it be 20 minutes, he could get 2 goals, and that makes all the difference.
Do you agree though? If we're 40 minutes, 60 minutes, 70 minutes, whatever it might be, if he starts to drop, he's got to pull him, right? Because we arguably have. I mean, about it. Was it you that said this to me? The players we've left behind, the fact that we're struggling.
It's crazy, yeah.
I mean, the fact that Rashford's not there and Grealish hasn't made the plane, we're struggling for someone on the left, so I really don't understand that.
Even Tyreek Mitchell that people are talking about lately.
Yeah, or Branthwaite.
Branthwaite.
Yeah.
I mean, Branthwaite is the most obvious one. Lewis Dunk is not even fit. He's not fit. I don't understand why you would take him to a tournament when he's not fit.
But I think, B, this is why everyone's angry. Because on paper, I was listening to something yesterday, some of the players that are in the Spain team, I can't remember his name, used to play for Newcastle, it was rubbish.
Yeah.
We've got players 10 times as better that didn't make the plane. So on paper, the reason we're favourites is because we've got the best team.
Yeah.
But we're playing like...
We've got one of the worst managers, I think, yeah.
It has to be the manager now, doesn't it? I know, you can't be... I'm not bashing him, but...
the thing is, I think I am bashing him, and I think Skinner was completely right. For as long as he's there...
There's your thumbnail.
Skinner was right.
Skinner was right.
He's been saying this for how many years he has?
We'll never hear the end of it.
He's been saying it for so many years. He's been right. I mean, the way it's going, if he does not put a left winger on...
Oh, we're actually by the warden's office, you see. So someone's ringing the warden. Carry on.
Why.
They're probably reporting us for filming.
We'll find out about that later.
Please come over. It'll make really good footage.
It would make good footage.
Come and answer the phone, Warden.
If he doesn't play, I was saying, if he doesn't play a left winger, when I think every person in every pub, the average Joe that doesn't even understand football, I mean, even Melissa said it the other day. She said we're playing slow, and the reason we're playing slow, we're playing to one side, but if he puts a left winger on with a bit of pace, like Anthony Gordon, then you've got two sides that you can attack. And at the moment, I think I've seen a stat, and we are attacking 0% of our attacks come from the left-hand side. 0%. I mean, any opposition manager, that is so easy.
That's because he's coming inside, right? So when he's coming inside, there's nothing. And then you've not got the old-fashioned left back that will go on the overlap. He'll invert anyway.
Yeah.
So
and even Foden coming inside on his left foot, he can't play it out left. So
we're still talking. Here we are, third game in, still talking about balance. But I mean, this isn't just third game in. This problem's been here, isn't it? Iceland before that. It's been an issue. There's been a bit of a backlash this week. And, I have a certain view on this. Kane has come out and said, don't talk about the players like that, blah, 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 to Lineker and Shearer, and you've all been there, and it's not like you won it. I get that. Haven't we got a bit of a fucking victim mentality? That's not a winner's mentality.
I think so.
Coming out and whinging because someone's, he's employed. They are employed as a pundit to have an opinion.
Yeah,
Don't get upset when they have an opinion that you don't like. Get over it.
I was speaking to my friends, and we've all played. Well, we've played football at all sorts of levels, and I just thought these guys they're at the top. Surely they can inform the manager. Maybe, they're on the pitch. Declan Rice, we all watched him, and Naz messaged me and he said, Declan Rice is not playing very well. And I said, well, why do you think he's not playing very well? And Naz, obviously, he blames it on him not being a good player, which is complete bollocks, right? But it's the system, right? So he has no one to play it forward to. And
of course.
It doesn't help him. And I think surely someone like Declan Rice, like Harry Kane, they can go up to the manager and say, look, Gaffer, this isn't working. We're not enjoying ourselves.
Are they too frightened to lose this spot? Who knows?
I think this is the scary thing, right? So I think, are we relying on a 20-year-old Jude Bellingham to stand up and tell the Gaffer? Is that what we've fallen to?
Well, I agree. It is what we find ourselves is in a mess. And I was listening to AFTV yesterday. Or today, I can't remember, and they were saying, through the whole of the season, right, we've had, as Arsenal fans, Saliba and Rice, and I cannot think of a game where you'd have gone, he's a solid 7, or he's been a 9, or he's been...
Yeah.
He was. Rice wasn't a 3. He's only had him for 3 games, and he's taken Rice from being arguably the most consistent footballer in the Premier League to a 3.
Yeah, to make them look average. It is the manager's fault. It's got to be. If Jude Bellingham is top rankings for the Ballon d'Or, the best player in the world, and he's making them look average.
So what is your? This. I didn't hear exactly what Lineker said, but I do think what he was saying is now. I think what I did hear Kane saying is it's not like back in your day because they have social media and because of so on and so forth. They are listening to all this and they're saying you need a more positive narrative and that will help the players. Telling them they're this, that, and the other is not helping the players.
No, it's a victim mentality. I think Shearer and Lineker, they've all been slated back in their days. Everyone gets criticism, but I don't think it's actually criticism. What they're saying, they're just saying that. With the talent that they've got, we need to be doing better. And they are not actually going at the players themselves. They're going at the system that we're playing. They're saying if we had runners past Kane, then suddenly Kane looks a better player because he can 100%. Find the runners. So he's not criticising Kane.
Yeah, at the moment, what's happening is the wingers, even if they get round the back, which they're not, by the way.
Which they're not, yeah.
Then actually, if we can get them getting round the back, we've got a game there for Kane. Without them going round the back, you've got to have someone on the last man, and that's a Watkins. And I like Watkins. I don't think he's world class.
No.
And so suddenly we're in the same situation again. We're not having. It's a crazy.
It's very. I don't get how no one in the team, and honestly, I think that you saw the frustration on Thursday night in the likes of Declan Rice, in the likes of Bellingham, you see the frustration when they're playing, and these lads tend to enjoy themselves whilst they're out on the pitch, and it's because what did they say? Something crazy in the post-match interview. I think it was Kane himself, and he said, "Oh, we don't know what we're doing." Isn't that insane?
Mate, the craziest comment all week was Southgate coming out saying, "So we're missing Calvin Phillips." I mean, at that point, you may have, should we just go and jump in?
No,
Jesus Christ. I mean, can you imagine if you're in the changing room and he said, "Oh, I wish I had a Calvin." You'd be like,
Phillips. And you'd be like, what on earth?
What
are you on?
Who is this bloke?
What
Listen,
are you on?
Here's the thing, mate. Him missing that penalty for England back in the day, if he thinks he got some flack, I genuinely believe if we duck out tonight, or we duck out earlier this tournament even, the flack that he got with the penalty miss will be nothing like the... I mean, he won't have a job, obviously.
I mean, I think he'll go, but I don't think it'll be all doom and gloom. I think everyone, he's brought, a lot of... I mean, he's brought the country together a little bit.
I think people should forget. People are not
Do you think?
No way. There's no way that we're bringing people together. I mean, listen, when it gets into the knockout, and ironically, over the recent years, when we get into knockout football, we seem to up our game, but don't quite have the kahunas at the end of it.
I think,
at the moment in these group games, it's a bit of a wet fart. Is it fear?
I don't know what it is, but I think I just don't understand. If we're going to go 1-0 up and then we all drop back, why not? If you're going to drop back anyway, why not put a winger on that's going to stay high, and then you keep two wingers on that's going to stay high, and Gordon and Saka. I mean, from the start of the game, if Gordon and Saka play together, you have every chance of winning the game very comfortably, and I just don't understand how they don't see that. You got how many managers do they have? I mean, everyone in every pub around the country
is saying the same thing
and can see the same problem. Alan Shearer, Gary Lineker, they've played at the top. They are saying the same thing.
Well, it leads me nicely to my next point, and that is that, through the whole bar chat through the Euros, we've all had different guests, different opinions. Not once have we had anyone that's come in and we've all agreed on a lineup. And then today, off camera, you and I say, "What's your lineup today then?" And suddenly everyone's picking the same team.
Same team.
Because it's so obvious. I'll let you relay because I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, it's the same team. You play the same back four and the same goalkeeper, obviously. And the only change that you have to make, and it's upsetting because he is world class, I think, in my opinion. But you have to drop Trent for balance. You drop Jude back a touch. You put Foden in the middle, which everyone has been crying out for. Yeah. You put Foden in the middle and you put a winger on the left-hand side. It could be Eze, it could be Palmer, it could be Gordon. Just
pick your choice.
Pick your choice. I mean, had he taken Grealish, that would have been
even better.
It would have been very easy, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, so we've got Rice in the 6, which isn't his ideal, but we've got to compromise somewhere. Yeah. But Rice in the 6, Bellingham in the 8, but with the freedom to go forward, and then Foden sat in front of them. Kane sat in front of that. Yeah. Saka on the left. Gordon as a Palmer or whatever on the left.
Yeah.
And I would be absolutely delighted with that, as long as.
The choice of being outside.
Good time to launch your boat. Everyone would be happy with that. Yeah. And the only thing I'd ask for is, if for any reason the player's not performing, we've got almost a player in every position.
Every position, yeah. Apart from obviously the defence. But I think it's not a problem because suddenly I don't think there will be anyone not performing because suddenly we're stretching the opposition. And at the moment, it's almost too easy for the opposition. I mean,
we're far too deep, aren't we?
I mean, Denmark tactically had outdone us massively. If they had a bit of quality, that game we could have lost about 4-1.
Well, that old game, the old game everyone plays is like, how many of your team will get in my team?
Yeah.
And then you looked at that. In fact, you had every single game for the last 3 games, including Iceland.
Yeah, no one.
You look at it and you go, not one. Literally not one. And it's not even like a moment, is it?
No, it's not even close. Not one.
And yet, here we are. Okay, we're top of the group. We've got 4 points. If we win tonight, we will finish on 7 points.
Yeah.
We'll go through.
I think that's the good part. We haven't lost yet. But I mean, if we win tonight again, like a 1-0 in which we're hanging on and you're clinging on.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's quickly look at that because I've got that here, B. So if we win this evening, have you got the groups there on your phone?
Yeah, I got the groups, yeah.
So if we win in Cologne tonight, we would finish top of Group B, which
Group C. Top
we would
Group
finish
C.
Group B.
No, we're playing in Group C. England are in Group C.
Okay, misprint. And then so we would therefore play the third place of D, E, or F on Sunday at 5 p.m. live in the Easy Breeze. So who would that be? Who's that choice of? So winning top is massive because I think the route through is actually. I mean, this could be Southgate's, his dream. Yeah. So you're looking at a third place from D, E, or F.
Third place of D, E, or F could be Austria. It could be France. It could be Netherlands in D. In E, it could be any of them. Because
what's it most likely? So it's most likely Austria.
Most likely is Austria.
Could be one of the others, yeah. So C of E.
Well, to be honest, is it D, E, or F?
D, E, or F, yeah. So what's it most likely to be?
I mean, realistically, it could be anyone. This is the thing. This is the
no.
The
But
magic.
if we were a betting man, it's out of the Netherlands, France, or Austria. I would suggest Austria. If it's this next one, Romania, Belgium, Slovakia, probably Slovakia. And then what's the last one?
The last one is Turkey or Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I mean, Georgia have been inspired. They've been really good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's one. But here's the thing: we don't beat Slovenia tonight.
Yeah.
And guess who we get?
Germany. On Saturday night.
Germany on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I mean, you somehow feel that something's written in the stars, don't you? A little bit.
I think that would be Nagelsmann's dream to play this England side with this England manager. Yeah. I think that would be his dream.
Well, and then if we were to finish third, God forbid, that would mean losing, and then we've got the winners, which is going to be the Portugal, Belgium.
Yeah. When do we play? If we finish third?
I don't know.
To be honest, there's every chance, because I think it's on goals scored and goal difference, right? So there's every single chance that we can finish third, and it's the same in all the other groups, because the best goal difference in all of the groups.
Even if we draw, I think we'll finish top, won't we? We should finish top. Come on.
Yeah, even if we draw, we'll finish top. But it all depends on goal difference, right? As well, because I mean, the best goal difference is 1. There's not been very many goals.
Yeah. It's been a great tournament, though. Would you agree with that? I think I've really enjoyed the football.
I've kind of enjoyed it. I think the smaller nations have been showing the bigger nations a little bit too much respect, I think, in my opinion. But I get that, because the quality of opposition that you're up against.
You said you lent into this at the start. Is that
I did,
all of these teams have got a chance. I mean, I'm not saying it would have to be something. It'd be a Greece moment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But these players have, if you've got the right route through, had a bit of luck.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit like the Premier League, where back in my day, I would say, where there was it was Arsenal and Manchester United. When you look at it now, then people don't talk about the top 4, they talk about the top 6 or the top 8. Yeah. There's a lot of players. Any lineup, when you're playing the Premier League, anybody could beat anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I enjoyed that. I think this might sound very weird, but the thing I've enjoyed most have been the refereeing decisions and how fast they've gone.
Yeah, and the VAR looks a lot better.
And the VAR, the offsides are brilliant to watch now. It's literally it is
quick decisions. None of this 10 minutes overtime.
But there's only one referee which took ages to make a decision, and that was the English referee. With Stuart Atwell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you see
in the Holland-France game?
A digress, but did you see the Italy goal? I'm a heartbreak for Croatia.
Oh, heartbreak.
But what a finish. I mean, poor Modric. He went through a range of emotions, missed the pen, scores, and then did you see when the camera went to him, like seconds before he's chewing his thing, going, come on, let it over, 97 minutes. 10 seconds later, the ball's in the back of their net and they're out.
Crazy.
Isn't it mental?
Yeah, that's football for you.
Isn't it?
Football at the highest level. I think we will see a lot of late goals because teams have to come out. especially in this last third game. Teams have to come out. It's all or nothing.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so tonight we've got to get some score predictions. Surely to God we've got.
We went 3-0. We went 3-0, 4-0 last time. I mean, if he plays anyone if he starts Gallagher, I actually think we might lose tonight.
I mean, I don't even. We've said this before. He shouldn't even be in the country, let alone the team.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't be. He should be in Ibiza somewhere, shouldn't he? Really?
Yeah, it's probably best for everybody. I saw Ben White in Ibiza. I think he was in Ibiza drinking a nice glass of red or white rather. I'm gonna go. I just don't think that unless he changes it 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0. I think we'll win 2-0. I don't think it will be something special. I just think it'll be a bit of a 2-0. We'll probably all walk away going, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, a goal in like the 30th minute and a goal after 90 minutes when they're just throwing everything forward.
But it can't get worse, right? So at least if we could see some kind of, this is working. They've sat down. Apparently, did you hear Kane called a players-only meeting?
Did he?
Yes. I don't know what that is all about.
I mean,
probably just look at this social media.
No, it would make total sense if they together, the leadership group, Declan Rice, the experienced lad, Declan Rice, Kane, Jude. I mean, Jude's not, the experienced one, but people that can stand up and just go up to the gaffer and say, look, we can win this tournament, but this is what we need as players.
Yeah.
And you can just tell, and the gaffer, obviously, he makes his decision. But for balance, I mean, you look out left and there's nothing there, and he's tried to get Trippier to get up the pitch. But it's not the same.
The responsibility? Who was I listening to? Big Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, what
he's got a thing. He would say that as a manager, a bit like in a business, you surround yourself by people that are going to add value. Yeah. And if you are, as a manager, you're trying something. The reason you've brought a Sammy Lee in, or who's what's Gareth Southgate's sidekick,
Steve Holland.
Steve Holland.
Yeah.
Don't like him because of White, but if you bring a Steve Holland, his responsibility to say, gaffer.
Yeah.
Right. Well, how about we try? This isn't working. Blah blah blah. But I'm not seeing anyone that's challenging him and the way he plays. So I've gone back. I mean, my team the other day was play a 3-5-2 pretty much, and then try and get everyone in the right places. But they'll go, okay, I accept. He's not going to do that. We'll go into his system. A 4-4-2 and pick the best team, but put players, even if they're not the best players, put them in the right positions. And actually, it's not much of a compromise.
It's not the only, but
he has to do that.
The only person, there's two players that are currently out of position, and it's just destroying the whole team, and that's Foden and Trent.
Yeah,
but you move them two, and unfortunately, I do think you have to drop Trent first because he's not a centre midfielder, and Walker's definitely playing. He looks lost. And then the second option is by dropping Foden. I mean, if Foden plays in the 10 and he doesn't perform, you can put Palmer in the 10.
I agree.
It's just not an issue.
Difficult, is it?
It's just not an issue. I mean, we're sat here, we're discussing it, and I don't really know why we're discussing it, because they should have said after that first game, even in the friendlies, they've seen Trent play.
But we're discussing it because we don't see any attempt to change.
Do you really think he's not going to change it?
Is he so? I 100% don't think he's going to. I think you're just going to see Gallagher. I mean, listen, we're sitting here today, right now, and it's 10-3. We've probably got 4 hours, 10 minutes until he announces the team.
Yeah.
Right? And I am pretty confident that unless there's an injury we don't know about, I think the only change will be Trent for Gallagher.
But what does he see when he makes that sub?
Not a lot.
I mean, did we perform any better? Did we perform any worse? Like, no, we didn't.
He's not good enough.
And you know what? Gallagher's not even a holding midfielder, so he's taking someone that's out of position
doing it again
and putting someone else that's out of position in. It makes no sense.
No.
I mean, I think he will get backlash. I think if he doesn't change it tonight, and I think he should. Who am I to say? But I think he should just put a left winger on. And then I think we'll see a whole different England team. He'll look a genius, won't he?
Well, will he though?
I mean, he will.
Because
if we win 3-0, 4-0 tonight, if he puts a left winger
honestly,
on.
mate, if he plays a left winger and does what we're doing, I think we're all going to be sitting there going, hello, fucking Luya, how is it taking you this long to work it out? And if he doesn't try it, do you know what? The only chance he's got of not getting a backlash and saving his job is if he does try it and it doesn't work, because then everyone will go, okay, listen, Something else is wrong.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're tactically rubbish.
Or people can say, oh yeah, Anthony Gordon didn't take his chance or anything like that. Then you can say
a chance would be nice.
But a chance would be nice, and I honestly believe these lads are itching.
Yeah.
These lads are itching. Cole Palmer.
If you're in your, you must be climbing the walls.
Oh man, you must be looking at them and thinking, what have I done to you for you not to put me on? And also, what are you watching?
Yeah.
What are you watching? Because if Declan Rice takes the ball and he has no one to play it forward to, what do you think? What do you expect him to do?
Going into what Kane was saying about Shearer and Lineker, don't tell me. I mean, it must be divisive because those players will be thinking what you're thinking. The other ones, all the players must be going, do you know what? Look, everyone in the country and the planet is saying, except this buffoon who doesn't seem to get it.
Well, this is what I mean. I think Jude's going to be the one. And I think it's very unfortunate because it could go two ways for him. It could make him look the most arrogant, who is he to speak to the gaffer and tell him something. But I think
it needs to be one of the senior players. Like you say, you've got to take it off a 19-year-old shoulders. I mean, it doesn't work, does it?
It doesn't work. But I think if anyone's going to say anything, because the frustration's growing, and you could see Declan Rice going red out. He passed the ball out, didn't he, in the game? Passed the ball and the ball went out, and he was furious. And it's just because he has no one to play it to, nowhere to go.
No outlet,
No outlet, and it's just, and that does come from the manager. It does.
I agree. Right, mate. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed.
On the positive note,
there's a few people walking around here with Arsenal shirts, with England shirts on. Yeah. Although I think that's.
He's got Grealish on the back.
Has he got Grealish on the back?
Yeah, he does.
No Salah.
Oh, no Salah. Is that Liverpool top?
Doesn't look like.
I misread that.
No idea. We could do with a Mo Salah. Anyway.
Not really. We got Saka. Mate.
Well, you know what I mean.
Would you play Salah over Saka?
No.
Love it.
Out of principle.
Love it.
Right, guys. Well, thank you very much. We'll give you a few more al frescos as long as the weather changes. Well, you're telling me it's not going to be so good next week, but we'll try and shake it up a bit. Game starts today at 8 o'clock, so that'll be live, hopefully. So then we've either got it Saturday against Germany at 8 o'clock, please not. England, 5 o'clock on Sunday. Get yourself down early, get yourself a table, and please,
that's
Gareth.
what we want, Gareth. Play a left winger.
Come on.
Just a left winger.
Help
Anyone.
us out here.
Anyone.
Flash Gordon would do. You won't know who that is. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thank you.